Welcome, Magical Reading 4. Okay, you guys, so your messages from Spirit on this beautiful Palentine day is, and they had me do it a little moody, so let's see what it is. Collaboration! Have some of you been thinking about collaborating with somebody? Interesting. Number 3. Let's see what this card has to say. Okay, we're going to put a little light on this subject so you can see it. Okay, so it says, two figures care for a sapling. One holds the plant while the other waters it. They take equal responsibility for the plant's growth. They are both smiling, pleased with its progress. All too often, we feel the need to take on too much responsibility. We want to impress, to prove our worth, to get ahead. And all too often, that leaves us burnt out. Worse, the goal we wanted to reach so badly could become unattainable because we didn't have the time or resources to get it on our own. So consider, what is better? Achieving something alone but feeling awful, or recruiting a helping hand, still attaining the goal and feeling amazing? The practice here is, think about what is making you feel stretched thin. It may not actually be the thing that comes first to mind. Here is an example. Let's say you have a backlog of work you need to do, which requires a night or two of burning the midnight oil. Is it the work that is stretching you thin? Or that in your household you are expected to cook dinner? Maybe you feel like you'd be letting someone down if you didn't do your household job. But you must prioritize what needs collaboration and take action on that. There's no shame in asking for help. Okay, you guys, I definitely feel a relationship vibe here, and I feel like you guys are in a good relationship. I feel like whatever you're doing, whether it's two people growing just that, or fur babies, or if it's actually, human children as well, but I just feel like maybe you're somebody who gives. I'm not saying the other person doesn't give, but maybe they have to be reminded every so often. And Spirit's saying there's nothing wrong with that. Even like behind them, see the way that those little tabs in the book, it's almost like they take a step, then a step, then a step, and it's like, here's you holding it. And they're like, oh, I'm going to get this. Actually just happened to me today. It's like, they don't mean to, but like, they'll go do something else or whatever, but you're waiting for them because they're like, I just kind of feel like you guys just need to have some open communication, and also saying like, hey, I cooked dinner. Why don't you do the dishes, or, load the dishwasher, whatever you do in your household. That's the vibe I'm getting, is that it's time for you to ask for help. So on this, Palentine's Day, Valentine's Day, whatever you believe in, whatever you align with, whatever labels you use, this is for you and your lover, your partner, your spouse. This is for you to speak up and say, can we, maybe find some common ground. Maybe if you're out having dinner, or you're going for a walk, or go somewhere that's not in the house. Do you hear what they're saying? They're saying like, just go somewhere not in the house. Also, I feel like this means something. Do you see all these colors? I don't even know. They must be reflecting. There's a labradorite over here. I'm not even, I think it's a lot of different things going on. So, but this means something too. It's reminding me of that Simon game. Do you remember that game, Simon? I'm really dating myself now. I'm 51. But I'm feeling like it's like something like that. I think it was called Simple Simon. But there's something to that. So research that. Research the old game Simon. Because if I remember correctly, it's like boom, 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 boom. I think you have to keep remembering like the patterns of things. And I feel like after a while, like your brain gets scattered, right? And I feel like that's you. Like you're not, you need collaboration. You need somebody to help you. Also, it's number 3. So maybe there's a third person involved. Maybe there's a child in the house that they can do chores. Like if they're old enough and big enough to understand certain things, ask them to help you. Maybe this is a conversation with your kids that you need to have because you didn't feel like they were old enough for that responsibility, and now they are. Or even in your relationship. I saw something recently where somebody did like a cute little shorts or whatever. I think it was a TikTok thing, and it was about the wife constantly picking up after her husband, and it's like supposed to be funny. But I was like, you know what? I dealt with that. I've been with my partner for almost 8 years, and I dealt with that for a really long time until I finally was like, you know what? I'm like, your parents don't live here. I'm your significant other, and we treat each other equally. It's one thing if you've had a really long day and somebody leaves their stuff and you're like, oh man, they had a long day, and you help them out and they're like, oh, thank you. But thank yous go a long way. Reciprocation goes a long way. So I'm hearing, you guys are okay. Like things are okay. It's just, you need to have some communication. You need to talk about things, and you need to spread out the wealth of the projects and things that are going around in the house, because you can't do it all, my beautiful reading 4. You can't do it all yourself. Even though you probably could, you shouldn't have to. And it's draining. And you know what? I feel like this candle, it's like been doing some really cool stuff, right? I feel like you need to see, like, you know what? That's why my light, when they're like, how come you're not as nice as you used to be, blah, blah, blah. You're like, because my light is dulled and I need to shine brightly. So in order for me to do that, I need to do self-care. We all need self-care. And if you were drawn to any of the other readings, check them out because there were some messages in there that might help you. All right, you guys, I'm about to run out of time. Until next time, take really good care of yourselves and each other and have a blessed Valentine, Palentine, Galentine day. I love you. Blessed be.